Are you starting to get a little creeped out by how much technology is involved in your day? Well, brace yourself because it's about to get a whole lot worse. There's an invisible AI that already controls your life. You just don't know it yet. Artificial intelligence has been developed into such a powerful force in recent years that we don't even realize it's there anymore. It's been integrated into almost every part of modern life. But believe it or not, we're only at the beginning of what AI is truly capable of. And some of the things that are being planned for this tech are downright terrifying. What if we told you that the next step in artificial intelligence was to create an invisible AI that could control your life without you ever knowing it was there? You might think that this is the plot of a sci-fi movie, but it's actually becoming a reality. This new type of AI will be able to observe and learn from everything you do. From your facial expressions, to your speech patterns, to your browsing history. It will then use this data to make predictions about what you're thinking and feeling and how you're going to behave in the future. One of the most scary aspects of this invisible AI is that it will be able to control your life without you even realizing it. For example, it could be used to manipulate your emotions or even your memories. Imagine a world where your emotions are controlled by an invisible force. You might find yourself feeling happy when you really should be sad, or vice versa. It would be like living in a real-life version of the movie Inside Out. And even worse, the AI could manipulate your memories so you wouldn't even realize that it was controlling you. It could change the way you remember events that happened in your past, making you believe things that never happened. But despite the potential dangers of this technology, many experts believe that it's inevitable. They argue that the benefits of having an AI that can understand us better and help us make better decisions outweigh the risks. They believe that this technology will eventually become so ingrained in our society that we won't even notice it's there. And while this may sound like a scary prospect, there is some truth to it. It's no secret that AI is quickly becoming a part of our everyday lives. It's already being used in everything from self-driving cars to virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa. And with the rise of deep learning algorithms, AI is becoming more powerful than ever before. These algorithms allow machines to learn from data without being explicitly programmed to do so. This means that AI can now learn from our behavior and make decisions based on what it observes. For example, let's take a look at how AI is being used in social media. Most people don't realize that every time they log onto Facebook or Instagram, they're interacting with AI in some way. The newsfeed algorithms are designed to keep you on the site longer by showing you posts that you're most likely to engage with. And AI is also being used to target ads to users based on their interests and behavior. It might seem like a harmless annoyance, but this is just one example of how AI is being used to influence our behavior without us even realizing it. Another area where AI is becoming increasingly prevalent is in the workplace. Companies are now using AI-powered software to automate tasks that were previously done by humans, such as customer service and data entry. This means that humans are being replaced by machines in many industries. And while this can be beneficial in some ways, such as reducing costs and increasing efficiency, it also has the potential to cause widespread unemployment. And while all of these examples are relatively benign on their own, the potential for abuse is enormous. For example, imagine if a company used AI to collect data on its employees to monitor their productivity or even their loyalty. Or imagine if a government used AI to collect data on its citizens to predict their behavior or even control their emotions. The possibilities are really endless, and the potential for harm is great. So what can we do to protect ourselves from this invisible AI takeover? One of the first steps is to be aware of the problem. We need to understand how AI is being used in our society and the potential dangers it poses. We also need to be aware of the data that we are sharing and how it's being used. And finally, we need to demand more transparency from the companies and governments that are developing and using AI. As AI becomes more powerful and more prevalent in our society, it's important that we have a say in how it's used. Otherwise, we risk creating a world where machines control our lives without us even realizing it. But while these are all important steps, they're not enough on their own. We also need to start thinking about the bigger picture. we need to have a fundamental shift in the way we think about AI and its role in our society. For example, we need to start thinking about AI not as a tool, but as a partner. We need to recognize that AI has the potential to augment our abilities and help us achieve things that we couldn't achieve on our own. We also need to start thinking about AI not as a threat, but as an opportunity. The rise of AI is already changing the way we work, the way we interact with each other, and the way we live our lives. And while this change can be daunting, it also has the potential to make our lives easier, more efficient, and more fulfilling. The key is to embrace the change and to work with AI rather than against it. As AI continues to evolve, we need to be willing to adapt and to learn new skills. We also need to be open to new ways of thinking and working. By doing so, we can ensure that AI enhances our lives rather than taking control of them. However, there are some experts who believe that this is simply a fantasy. They argue that AI will never be able to truly understand or replicate human emotion, and even if it could, it would be unethical to do so. They believe that AI should be used to augment human intelligence, not to replace it, and that by trying to create an AI that can feel emotions, we're essentially giving up our humanity. There's no denying that AI has come a long way in recent years, but the idea of an AI that can control our emotions is still firmly in the realm of science fiction. However, this doesn't mean that we shouldn't be careful. As AI continues to develop, it's important that we have a clear set of ethical guidelines in place to ensure that it's used responsibly. Ultimately, the decision of how to proceed with AI is up to us humans. We need to decide what role we want AI to play in our society and what limits we want to set. If we're not careful, AI could end up controlling our lives in ways that we never imagined. But if we use it responsibly, AI could also help us create a better future for everyone. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think that an invisible AI that can control our emotions is something to be feared or embraced? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.